Hola, hello, I am Pepe the King Prono guy.
Oh, that's so f***ing cool. And that's how we completely destroy a powerboard on a Leader 120. Nice.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. This is Pepe Prawns, your host here at the Quadcopter Review. And if you're new to the channel, before we even get started in anything, look in the upper right hand corner and click that card right there that's going to say current giveaways. Make sure you check those out. Get your entry in by making one comment and liking the video. Alright, let's talk about what we're going to do today. We have the Siroflo Mini Action Cam, or the Orange Firefly, as I'm now calling it. Now you would say to yourself, why would you get something that obviously looks like the Firefly and just has a different color? Well, in the description, this said it had 125 degrees of view versus the Firefly here at 160 degrees. So that's why I made the purchase, but once I got it, it's 160 degrees. So we're going to stick them side by side anyways and see what we got. So this does 1080p, 720p, as you can see, 160 degrees, AV out, storage up to 32, to 230 mAh. So the same things as the Firefly, you know, 48 minutes of filming time and charging time of 2 hours. It is 720 at 60 frames per second and 1080 at 30 frames per second. So the same exact stuff as a Firefly. Like I said, I thought it was going to be 125 degrees, so I wanted to see what that little bit tighter video was going to be for us, but not the case. So let's look in the box here and see what we got. We're going to have the camera with an orange mount, just like we had with the Firefly in black. And we are going to have the cable for our charging system. It has that weird little square USB end versus the standards, so you do need this particular wire if you don't have any more like it to charge with. We've got a little mount for like mounting to your bike and stuff. They show that in their little advertising. A little lariat and such. Some more mounting assembly stuff, and we have the manual, which looks fat. You'd think maybe some differences in the Firefly, but it's in a whole bunch of languages, so it's still one page of stuff. You can check out my Firefly video, look that up in the right now, and it explains how to operate these little cameras to get it into the different modes and to get it recording. Yeah, how to enter the how to put in the SD card and everything as well. Now this particular one came from GearBest. I got all of my Fireflies from Banggoods at around $26. Again, if you don't own one of these little micros, you should go out and get you one, because they are just a must-have. They work great for your little micros, and for $26 is kind of like no reason why you shouldn't have one. But take a little closer look at this. Again, everything exactly the same, in the same positions and such as the Firefly. Buttons are in the same place. Can't really see the black one, I'm sorry. All they did was really pretty much stamp a different name on it and take our Banggoods Firefly and put a new name on it, so, and advertise it wrong. So same plug, same everything, same hook for putting it on your lariat there, and nothing really, you know, worth noting other than one's orange and one's black. So what I did was I went ahead and I made a custom mount here at Tinkercad and printed it out on my printer so we could do a little side-by-side testing. Now again, if you're interested, I just love making these things with my 3D printer, so if you're interested in all on how to use Tinkercad and make your own custom parts, you can look up in the right now, and I'll put a card up there for that. We're going to take this and strap it to something. Initially I thought I was going to strap it to my 140, but I actually ended up strapping it to the Armaton Chameleon TI, just because it would fit better and be less sloppy as it went around. So we'll just stick this orange one in next to our black one, and we'll go out to the field and take a look at what we get from the footage on this, and I'll be back with some thoughts.
Hey everybody, we're at the fly spot, but sad news is this fly spot's going to be gone. They're building a neighborhood in it, and it's getting torn out. As we speak, on the other side, they're pulling out sod to use that for houses and stuff, but it's a great golf course, cluster of trees I used to call Charlotte's Web here, has Spanish moss hanging from it, and that moss helped me keep it, you know, quick on the stick to avoid the moss all the time. But it was both sides of this street were a small little golf course that you could get on here at night and have some fun, but it's going to be gone. But let's jump out and test these cameras and take a look. Okay, so what we have here is my normal flying gear, what I usually take out with me. I got my bag, got my goggles, got my radio, and I've got my little collection of Armatons, the TI, and the Japalura 4-inch and 3-inch. So let's take a look at that. So that's the gear, and if you haven't heard this before from me, Armaton, here's my thought on being a brand advocate for you.
Man, you got any spares?
Sorry, bro, I'm all out, man.
Man, I got these cheeseburgers, man.
I don't want any cheeseburgers.
Please, man. I suck your dick.
Ew. Get out of here, man.
Alright, so let's fly, gang.
Here's the setup, gang. On the left, we have the Firefly from Banggoods. On the right, we have the Siroflo from GearBest. Now, this isn't meant to be any fancy flying, just doing things like that punch out there, which will usually cause vibration in your camera. But as you can see, this does have anti-vibration built in, so we're going to avoid things like that, any of the shakiness and all. So there wasn't a whole lot of difference in these footages, as you can tell, other than the transitions. When we make the transition, the Firefly is a cooler transition, and the Siroflo is a warmer transition, so it's a little more orange than the one on the left. Both of these can be fixed in post anytime with probably any software that you use to clean it up. The only other difference I saw was right here. You're going to see it. On the left, the Firefly is able to maintain that blue sky and cloud outlines, where on the right, you're seeing it just completely blown out on the Siroflo. So with little to say there is for a difference in these, that's about the big difference. We're maintaining a slight bit more quality on our Firefly. So if I was to recommend, I would still recommend what I've been recommending, and that is the Firefly from Banggoods. It is a quality camera, and there's no reason not to have one. I can even fly this on a GTR 90 for $26. I mean, how can you beat it to make some footage for YouTube, your friends, your family? This also does 720p at 60 frames a second, and it is perfectly good quality for YouTube and other things. Remember, most people aren't even watching YouTube in HD, so you're going to get great footage of that too. So once again, check out the description below for links to things like the firmware update for your Firefly and to buy some of these cameras. Let's head back to the bench for more talk.
Okay, back at the bench. Final analysis, I would go with the Firefly personally because I'm seeing a little bit better quality out of it. Minuscule, maybe it's up to you, but you know, for the time you're going to wait for shipping and stuff, that seems to be a steady problem at GearBest. I just think it's better buy to get it at Banggoods. It's going to be there quicker, and it's a great little camera. Here's the good news. I don't have any use for a mountain of cameras. Again, I thought we were going to get a different angle of view with this guy, but we didn't. We got the same angle at 160, so whatever. So the good news is this baby is right back in the box after one use, and I'm giving it away to you guys. So go ahead and make one comment and one comment only down here in the comments area, and like the video and pass it on to all your friends, and you'll be entered to win this camera. Right now it's the 9th, so let's shoot for the 31st. We'll give this little camera away, and it'll be yours. I'll ship it to you. As I mentioned, I do make my own parts using Tinkercad and other CAD programs for these quads. Anything from camera mounts for like these Fireflies, camera mounts for, you know, your GoPros, landing pads, camera mounts for your other cameras like Micro Swifts and things like that. So I do make a bunch of parts and print a bunch of parts. So if you win this camera, I'm also going to give you the opportunity to decide which TPU mount you would like to have me make and send with it for your quad. So in the case of this plastic one that's set at 30 degrees, if you're running the XJB 145, it has a pre-angled thing here. So if you put an angle on that, you're going to be at like 80 degrees. That's why I make these flat ones, so it'll fit right at the 45 degrees to 35 degrees. It's already pre-made in there. And then if you have a flat-topped quad like this one, then we have the angled ones set as well. So I go up to 35 degrees of angle, which is I believe this one, so it's pretty sharp little angle. So I'll let you decide and tell me, and I will make you a TPU mount for your quad so that you don't have to use this plastic one. So once again, one comment only below. Like the video, tell your friends, all that good jazz. Stay tuned to the channel.